Ever wanted a magic crochet helper? Well, now you can. Hey yarny peeps, my name's Sarah, aka Crochet, and today we will be testing out the magic crochet helper from Amazon. Now, if you didn't know about this tool, it's relatively new. It popped up on my Amazon home feed, and when I saw it, I just had to get it. So let's have a look at this and see if it really is worth it, and is it going to help you crochet any better? Alrighty, so this is our magic crochet helper tool. I will leave the link to it in the description below, but I got this from Amazon. It flashed up on my feed as a magic crochet helper tool, so I was just kind of like, well, I've got to give that a whirl to see what that's about. When you get the box, it comes in this handy bag, and then it also comes with the instructions as well. So let's have a whirl. Now, I obviously have had a little play with this before I've done this video. There is a handy QR code for the instructions and also pictorial instructions as well. And you can see here that this gadget is sort of what we're working with. And this is the gadget itself. Now, of course, I got a pink one. I feel like I'm saying that a lot lately, but pink is kind of my vibe if you didn't know. And this is what we are working with today. The basic premise is you hold this, so I'm going to do it like this. You hold this in this hand and your hook would be in this hand, and then this would alter your tension for you so that you didn't have to worry about it, and the other hand with your hook in would be doing all of the work. I don't know if it's because I've been crocheting for such a long time that I can't change my style, or if this actually is really tricky to get to grips with. But I have to say, after using it a little bit and practicing with it, I'm not sure that it's going to be for me. But what it might do is help some of you out there who struggle with holding the yarn in your helping hand, maybe have a little bit of a weakness down one side or in your upper limbs, and even wondering if it could be clamped onto the desk and that could be the holding yarn so that you could potentially crochet one-handed. I think when I saw it, the physio brain in me sort of went, oh, let's have a look at that, because that could be a game changer for people that haven't got as good a use of their hands or their arms and might need a little bit of assistance. So let's go and see exactly how you use this magic crochet tool. So this is our tool, and as you can see here, we have the bit that we hold, and then we have this part here, which is going to change the tension. So you can screw for thinner yarn or unscrew for thicker yarn, and that will mean that you can put all weights of yarn through it basically. Then your yarn goes in here and you hold it like so, and then your hook would be in this hand. So let's have a quick look at the instructions. And we have got a really comprehensive instruction booklet, suggestions for beginners, and then the tool principle. So you can see sort of here, it's meant to be sort of for tension, so helping you in your tension. Now, I think the reason that I couldn't get to grips with it is because I wanted it to hold it like this, and then normally I hold my yarn to pick it up, and I just found it really tricky basically. So I'm going to give it another whirl on screen with you all, just to show you the basic premise. The other really nice thing about this is it does give you stitches to crochet, but also you can use it to make a magic circle a little bit easier. So we'll do that one as well. It gives you all the step-by-steps in there. What we'll do is I'll thread some DK yarn through this, and we'll just start working it and see if it's going to work for me now, or if I'm just destined not to be able to use this bad boy. So I have some pink yarn here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to follow the instructions to set it up. So naturally the front will be this bit here, and the back, this bit here with the sort of ridge in it. How to hold the tool. So the tool handle, so I'm going to be holding it like this. This is how we thread it here. So first things first, unscrew this bit here and wrap the tail between A and B from front to back. So let's do that. So we're going to unscrew, push into here, and then from front to back over here. So like so, and then the tail comes down here. So we are going to tighten the knob until the yarn can be pulled smoothly. The yarn tension can be adjusted by adjusting the knob according to personal needs. So I guess basically what I'm going to do is, with this dangling down here, and this is going to keep sort of that in there, but we want to be able to pull that tail end smoothly. So not too tight that it's going to be all caught up in there, but tight enough so that we can tug on it and it comes out of the ball. So that, I wouldn't say that that's smoothly, so I'd say that smoothly. Okay, I'm happy with that. Maybe just turn it an extra one. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. What it says is the tail then needs to go back through this loop here, like so, and then you crochet with it from this side here. We're set up. Let me get a hook because I neglected that part, and I will be right back. I've got a 4mm hook. I was going to stick with my 3mm, and then I thought it's probably best to use a hook that's recommended with the yarn for now, just to see if I can get to grips with it. Basically, I'm going to make a slip knot and just attempt to do some chains. So you can make, it says you can make a slip knot from here. So all I'm going to do is, see, again, it's because you're learning something new effectively, even though we can crochet. So that is our slip knot. Not bad actually. That was pretty easy, to be fair. And now it just says to hold and chain. See, this is the bit that I can't really get to grips with, because I like to pull it really tight, but then I know that's going to adjust my tension here. So then what I was having to do was pull back on here to make it tight, because I couldn't quite get to grips with using it. So let's give it a whirl.
I will say that if you're going to use this as a not beginner, it's going to make you feel like you're a beginner. You can see how much I'm struggling with a freaking struggling to say it now, with a freaking chain stitch, which is just like ridiculous. It's just, this made me really think about what my hands were doing. This engaged my brain when I normally crochet to switch off. So you can appreciate that the struggle actually was really real. I have started to get into a flow with it, which is great, but you can see how I'm using my hooks completely different to how I normally do. I am going yarn over, but it just feels like I'm going yarn under for some reason. So, you know, practice does make perfect. I'm getting quicker at it. I'm still dropping the yarn a little bit and not getting it through the loop as much as I should be, and the frustration is pretty real. But I would be very curious to know if there are any beginners out there who have used this and if it works, because I need to know that this is actually a good idea. So please drop that in the comments if you can. So here is our completed chain stitch. Now you can see it's not as perfect as it could be, but it ain't too bad, to be fair, considering this is the first time I've used it. It's a little bit wobbly popply, as it were, but it's not too bad. Well, this isn't the first time I've used it actually. That is untruthful, because I've been having a play with it for the past couple of weeks and I still can't flip and get it. I do think a lot of it is to do with your you are, although I can crochet, I'm relearning a new skill by using this. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a whirl with doing the magic circle and then crocheting into a magic circle from it and see if I'm any better at that. Alrighty, so let's have a look how to make this magic circle. Again, another new skill, as it were, using this tool. It seems pretty straightforward. The instructions are all there. I'm going to give it a whirl. I'm not going to promise I'm going to be able to do it, but I am going to try. So pop the yarn through here, send it around here, and then we go around the back of the tool. So basically you're going to use that groove to make this ring. So let's give it a whirl. Let's see if I am going to be any good at this. So I guess I go around once and then twice, and then it says leave a tail of 7 to 8 centimeters, place it on the right side of the groove. I am expecting this to go terribly wrong because I am one of those people that once you know a way, you know a way. So yeah, let's see. I will go with the normal premise that I'm going underneath the first loop and pulling the second one through. Here we go. And twist and... where's the yarn that I pull? I'm doing this wrong. I'm surely doing this wrong. Hold it tight. Underneath the first loop. Down with the second one, and then I need to grab that tail end. I am stumped. I think I've wound it round wrong. Do you know what? I'm just gonna do my own method because I just can't get to grips with this. So doing my own method took me all of 5 seconds maybe. Let's try working with this into the magic ring. So I've already figured out that I kind of need to grasp my yarn in a different way, although still struggling with that. And then I pull down and it's quite tight, so unloose that a little bit. And let's go for a couple of stitches. Again, still quite tight, so even with this I'm struggling with my tension because I'm pulling tight to go through a stitch, and then when I loose to grab the extra yarn, it looses the tension. So I don't know, I just can't get to grips with it. We'll pull off the stitches in a minute and just see if it's any better, but I am not looking hopeful for this. I can do it. That's a good start. I can do it. I've mastered actually doing some stitches with it. But again, if you've mastered this, I need to know. I need to see video evidence because look at this shambles. It's just not great.
What do I think of this crochet tool? I'm a little bit on the fence about this one because I think it's a great idea in principle, but there are some little flaws with this gadget. The reason I think it's a great idea is because, as you saw when I was doing the chain, all I had to do was hold this tool steady and do a little bit of movement with my finger and my thumb. So there isn't a lot of action going on here. So if you've got the ability to just hold something, or you have something static that could help you hold, it might be a game changer for those sort of things where there's a little bit of limited use in one side or a little bit of a weakness. But there are a few little tiny things that I think are design flaws and could be improved upon. First being the twisty thing here. When I was crocheting, I tightened that quite far, and then it slowly came undone as I was working. It could do with those stopper things that you put on weights. It could do with one of them sort of like here, so that when you get it to the point you want to tighten it to, you could just put like a little elastic band stopper on it, and then that would stop this bit from moving. The second thing that I think could be improved upon is this bit here. So this is where our yarn goes in, and you can see we have a little hole in the top. I think they could probably just get rid of that hole altogether and just make it one solid ring. That way it would stop the yarn from sort of sliding out the top and keep it in place. It's a great idea in premise. I think that's the other thing. The other thing that I'm thinking about is I am battling this with 14 years of crochet experience behind me. So it's kind of like learning a new skill. So I think it might be a little bit better for someone that's a beginner or someone that just really cannot grasp what to do with this hand or get their attention. I think for someone that's been learning a long time, let me know, one, if you've got one of these in the comments, do you like it? But two, are you a more experienced crocheter? Have you been crocheting for a long time, and how did you get on with it if you have? So yeah, as you can tell, I'm a little bit on the fence. I think it's a good idea, but I'm not sure if it's been executed in the best way. Let me know in the comments if you have any other crochet gadgets you would like me to test out. This was a bit of an oddball when it popped up on my Amazon homepage, so there has to be some other oddballs that I haven't found yet. As always, please chuck a like and subscribe on this video, especially if you want to keep seeing weird crochet stuff like this. We are your home for all of the yarny and crochet content you could need. And if you chuck a subscribe on, it'll just be delivered straight to your YouTube homepage. New videos every Sunday and Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.